Hello, Amesy here of Amesy's Antics. Welcome to my channel. I hope you are well today because I have a baking recipe to share with you this week. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to make lemon, elderflower and Prosecco cupcakes. Perfect for those who love a splash of the fizzy stuff and want to emulate that into baking. So if you would like to see how to make these yummy cupcakes with a Prosecco frosting, then let's get baking. To make the cupcakes, you will need 225 grams of plain flour, 225 grams of caster sugar, 225 grams of butter that is unsalted, 4 medium eggs, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, half teaspoon of salt, 1 lemon zest and 4 tablespoons of elderflower cordial. And this recipe has been taken from Hannah Bakes, which I will link down below. The first thing to do is preheat your oven to a gas mark 4 or 180 degrees centigrade, and then prepare your bun liners or cupcake liners ready for the batter. In a mixing bowl, you want to combine your dry ingredients, so start by placing in the lemon zest, and this is the zest of 1 whole lemon, making sure that you haven't got any of that bitter rind in there. Then add in the flour. I am just sifting this to get away any lumps and bumps, followed by the baking powder and then the salt, and giving this a little mix together to combine all of them dry ingredients. In a larger mixing bowl or a stand mixer, you want to place in the butter, and I have cubed this to make it a little bit easier to blend together, and I'm just using a hand electric whisk here to fluff up that, or cream as it called, the butter. So do this until the butter is nice and fluffy and soft. Then add in the caster sugar a little bit at a time, creaming the butter and caster sugar together until they have sort of combined together and the mixture is nice, pale and fluffy. Then you want to begin combining the dry ingredients with the butter and sugar mix, alternating between adding the flour and the eggs at this point. So you want to add a bit of the flour, mix it together, then add one of the eggs, combine that together, then add some of the flour, so on and so forth until all of the ingredients are mixed together. Giving it a good whisk with that hand mixer or stand mix, whatever you are using. And once all the ingredients have been combined, you then want to add in the final ingredient, which is the elderflower cordial, and we're pouring this straight from the bottle. It is not diluted, we're going for the full cordial effect here. So adding in 4 tablespoons to that mixture and then giving it a brief mix up with the mixer to combine it together. And then it is time to place the batter into the cupcake liners, and I'm using a teaspoon to do this, and I think I used about 2 to 3 teaspoons worth of batter per cupcake liner, not filling it too far to the top, and then placing them in the oven and baking for 20 to 25 minutes. Now I turned my oven down to a gas mark 3 and lowered the shelf slightly, so this gives the cupcakes a nice flat top rather than the dome top when they have sort of baked. And I learned this from my friend who is a fabulous baker, so it does work. Try it out if you want flat topped cupcakes. Whilst the cupcakes are baking, we then want to make a syrup, and this syrup will be poured over the cupcakes when they are just out of the oven to add a bit more infusion of that elderflower and give it a bit more richness. So you want 75 millilitres of elderflower cordial, 25 ml of lemon juice and 50 grams of granulated sugar for the syrup. To make the syrup, it is really easy. All you need is a saucepan on the hob, add in the granulated sugar, then follow this by the lemon juice, and finally add in the elderflower cordial. Now this is straight elderflower cordial, straight from the bottle like in the cupcakes, because we want that nice richness of the elderflower. Then gently begin heating this until the sugar dissolves into the liquid and it becomes to a little boil. You want it to start bubbling and boiling. When it gets to this point and the sugar has dissolved, remove it from the heat and just set it aside until the cupcakes are baked and out of the oven. Now these Lemon, Elderflower and Prosecco cupcakes are a little bit special because they have a hidden centre to them, and to make this filling for the centre you are going to need 96 grams of sugar, 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, a quarter teaspoon of salt, 177 ml of elderflower cordial diluted, 1 tablespoon of butter, which is 17 grams, 1 teaspoon of grated lemon peel and a 60 ml of lemon juice. And this has been adapted from Betty Crocker recipe, which I will link down below. To make the lemon filling, all you need to do is grab a saucepan and place in that sugar, then add to this the cornstarch and salt, then begin gradually adding in the elderflower cordial. So this is cordial diluted in water. Gradually adding that to the sugar cornstarch mix and begin gently heating it on a medium heat, stirring this up until it begins thickening and comes to a boil. So you want to see it bubbling, and remembering to add the cordial in little bits at a time until it is all fully combined, and you want all the lumps of the cornstarch to come out. Heat it till it boils and then remove it from the heat once it has thickened. After removing it from the heat, you will see that it is piping hot, so look at all that steam. So at this point you then want to add in the butter and lemon peel to this, allowing the butter to melt into the mixture. So I helped this along by giving it a little stir. I couldn't wait for it just to melt, so give it a bit of a stir in to the rest of that mixture until it is fully combined. Once this is all mixed in, you then want to gradually begin stirring in the lemon juice and combining this together. So keep mixing it until all the lemon juice is added. And once the lemon juice is added, the lemon filling is complete. So you want to let this start cooling down and then cover it with some cling film, or is it called saran wrap? I call it cling film where I come from. So what you want to do is push this down into the top of that filling, because this will help prevent a skin forming on the top, which will make the filling go a little bit hard, which you don't want. Then set this aside because we're moving on to the cupcakes. The cupcakes should now be ready, and you can test these by placing a skewer in, and if it comes out clean they are ready to come out the oven, or as you can see they've got a slight brown coating on the top. Then you want to just take that skewer and prod loads of holes into the top of the cupcakes, because we're gonna then start adding on some of that syrup, and this is about 5 minutes after the cupcakes have come out of the oven, so they are still quite warm, and you want them warm because this will help that syrup to absorb into them. Now you want to be careful you don't add too much syrup to this, because even though it will give it a nice punch of the lemon and elderflower, you don't want to make the cupcakes too soggy, so just add as much as you feel the cupcakes need. And then we need to create an opening for that delicious filling we've just made. So using a piping tip, turning it the wrong way around, place this into the middle of the cupcake, pressing it down and twisting a little bit, and it should remove a bit of the cake from the middle. You want to save the middles of these the cupcakes, because we're going to put them back on top when we put the filling in. So using a sandwich bag, or you can use a piping bag, place some of that filling in, and as you can see it has thickened up a little bit more as it has cooled. Snipping off the corner, we're not using any fancy tips for this, we're just going to use the corner snipped, and then where the hole is, pipe a little bit of that filling into the middle, filling it right up to the top, so it's got a nice dose of the filling inside the cupcake. And once you have added on the filling, you then want to replace the bits of cupcake that have been cut out back into it, and these should squidge down really easily into that filling. And you can tell that something has happened to the cupcake, but it will conceal that filling right in, and it doesn't look too bad, but it doesn't matter because we're going to make some delicious Prosecco frosting to go on top of these. And now we're on to the final part of the bake, and adding a bit of booze to make it a boozy bake with this Prosecco buttercream. So to make this buttercream, you're going to need 250 grams of butter, 500 grams of icing sugar, and up to, and I mean absolute maximum of 120 ml, which I think is too much Prosecco, but up to 120 ml of Prosecco into the buttercream. So start by placing the butter in a large mixing bowl and begin creaming this together just to loosen it up and soften it before adding in the icing sugar. Once it does soften and becomes a bit more pale and fluffy, then begin gradually adding in the icing sugar. You want to do this in small batches at a time because it's icing sugar, and as soon as you turn on that mixer, it is gonna go poof into the air. So you do little bits at a time, try and contain all the icing sugar in that bowl. Keep going until all the icing sugar is added and the buttercream is a lovely, thick, fluffy consistency. Now this next part was a slight downfall to the recipe. I added way too much of the Prosecco to the buttercream, so my advice would be to add little bits of this in at a time until you get to the right consistency. Don't do what I did and keep adding it until you put all the 120ml Prosecco in, because it can curdle and it will loosen the buttercream too much and just be a bit of a horrible mess. So yes, advice, add in the Prosecco gradually until you get to a nice buttercream consistency, and here is where it started going wrong for me. But if you do add too much, all you need to do is add a bit of icing sugar and corn flour to thicken it up again. Then it is time to decorate. So I've placed this into a piping bag and I have an open star tip here, and I'm just attempting to pipe on some rosette type designs and some other fancy designs with the star tip. You can do lots of different ones, so you can do little stars, just nice pretty patterns with the closed star tip. Then I'm trying to be really fancy with this one, and I'm using a petal tip and keeping the larger part of the petal tip to the bottom of the cupcake and trying to create a bit of a ribbon design. Now these look really fancy and effective when they are done right. Not so fancy on mine, but you know, you live and learn and practice makes perfect. So yes, that's another tip that you can use to create some really nice designs. You can also make buttercream roses with these by piping a flower on a piping nail, but this buttercream that I made here was too soft to do anything like that. The final tip I am using is a closed star tip, and with this one you can create some really cool designs as well, like a bit of a shell type design that you can see I'm doing here, as well as some like stars where you push it down and pull it up and it gives it a really nice effect. And all you need to do is finish off the piping however you like, whatever you want to decorate. I put a little bit of lemon zest on as well, and then the lemon, elderflower and Prosecco cupcakes are ready to be enjoyed. How to make lemon, elderflower and Prosecco cupcakes, which are super yummy and just delicious. Now the elderflower flavouring does come through a little bit subtly, but as the cakes mature and you're left stood for a few days, that lemon scent does seem to overpower the elderflower a little bit. So if you do want a bit more of that elderflower taste coming through, eat them quickly. And also with the buttercream, add the Prosecco in little bits at a time and watch the consistency of that buttercream. I added too much at once. I think I just added too much basically, and it did curdle, so I had to add extra icing sugar and corn flour just to help stiffen it up a little bit, and it still wasn't the best consistency for piping, so I'm not quite happy with how these were piped, but that's my own fault for adding too much Prosecco into that buttercream. So yes, add a little bit of a time, you will still get the taste coming through, but you want to make sure the consistency is right. So let me know what you think of these cupcakes in the comments below, and whether you will be having a go at making some, or if you've added some booze to some bakes, let me know what you've done and put it in them comments. And whilst you're there, if you've enjoyed the video, please do give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button to keep up with all of my creative, crafty and now baking antics coming up onto the channel. And whilst you're there, hit that notification bell as well, because that will alert you each time my videos go live. And I also have a blog, Ames's Antics, which is linked down below and up above for you to check out. Sometimes there's just a little bit more information over on the blogs, so be sure to check them out as well. And with that said, I will see you in next week's video, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day and week, and I will see you next time. And hopefully you can do something creative, crafty or even baking through the week to get you through the week. And until next time, bye!
Smile.